I am Venus 33, and I'm giving you guys the explanation behind what you're gonna do. When I created the song What You Gonna Do, first off, my album Velvet and Honey was already out. But when I dropped the album and I finally got it, from up under me, I was tired and I was bored of it because, of course, I'm constantly doing everything, listening back to back to back, trying to fix errors and stuff like that. So I got bored of it. So I was like, Venus 33, like, what are you gonna do? I'm like, shoot, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I'm like, what you gonna do? That's gonna be the name of the album. I was like, well, what you gonna do is gonna be the name of the album. I need a song called What You Gonna Do. So I came up with like part of the lyrics about what you gonna do, and I was like, okay, well, let's go ahead and start with the beat. So I started making the beat and started putting it together, and I'm like, what you gonna do now? In order for me to finish this, I need to think back to a very sweet time, and a very sweet time for me was when I first started dating my girlfriend. And I was like, she's got this aura to her that's pulling me in, like, meaning she has this energy to her that makes me want to get inside of, to really learn about who she is and why her energy is pulling me in the way that it is. And the line, I pull a piece of gum out, put a little lip gloss on, gotta make sure I don't get benched tonight, so that part, I love like flirting, the beginning of dating, courting a woman, really getting to know her for who she is. That's how me and my woman started dating. We were actually dating. It was a lot of flirting, it was a lot of compliments, it was a lot of, gifts being given, a lot of different places that we went. And I was just like, when I first started dating, make sure your breath is good, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to, be flirting with somebody and your breath stinking. So I pulled a piece of gum out, and yeah. So gotta make sure my game is right, so I won't be benched tonight. That was like, making sure that whoever she was talking to at the moment, I had to like outdo all of them at the end of the day. So that's where they came from, because I didn't want to be benched. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want her to see me as somebody average, which, I know I'm not, but I'm saying, whatever I'm coming with, I gotta come full force with it, because what I seen in her was just like, I got to have her. Like, she gotta be mine. Like, she has to be mine at the end of the day. Like, that's all I cared about. So when I started, singing What You Gonna Do, What You Gonna Do, when I put this loving on you, it's me talking to her, saying like, what you gonna do when I put this loving on you? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to handle my heart? How are you going to handle my love? How are you going to handle when I'm showing the vulnerable side of me? Of Venus 33, the vulnerable side of Tatiana, so it's just like, what you gonna do?